this is going to be my next video. I'm going to make a MT3 to annular cutter adapter. I can buy those on eBay for less than $100, but there's no fun in that because you don't get to use your machinery and stuff and make something, which I enjoy doing. I'm hoping it turns out pretty good. It might not be 100% perfect, but it's going to be usable, and I can put it in the lathe and use it in the tailstock on that thing and drill some bigger holes and stuff with it. They do drill a nice clean hole. I've got a 2-inch annular cutter by 2-inch depth and 2-inch diameter, and that'll open up a hole pretty good to start a something you want to bore out some more. I've got my biggest bit MT3 is 1.5 inches, so this will give me another 1/2 inch. So I'm going to take you over the table and show you the plans here and the piece of steel that I'm going to use on this project. All right, here's the plans I drew up. I'm going to start out with this piece of 1.5 inches. You know, I don't think it's not chrome rod. I'm not sure what it is. It could be, I don't know, 1045 or 4140. I'm not sure. It had it on the shelf. I cut off a piece. The length is going to start out at 6.750, and then I'm going to turn this end here first and put the 3/4 inch bore in here and a couple set screws, and then I'll finish up this other end after I get this one done, because I can hold this in the mill for my set screws and stuff better than having the taper all done and everything first. So I'll finish this end, then turn it around and work on this side, or this end, excuse me. It'll be a flat, the taper, and then a little piece here of 3/4 inch wide, 1.25 inch in dimension, OD, and that will be finished up in the lathe, all of this pieces here. So we'll get started here in the lathe. I'm going to use my 4-jaw in there for this and get everything set up. We'll do this end first. Like I said, I want that 3/4, and it's going to be 0.950 deep, and then have 2 set screws, possibly like a 3/8 set screw in there to hold the two flats of the annular cutter. So we'll get started over on the lathe here in just a minute. All right, I got this in the 4-jaw here, dialed in closely. I'll finish it up on camera now. It takes me a little while to do it. I'm a super fast person to dial in on a 4-jaw, but I'm getting there, getting a little bit better all the time. So we'll finish this up here on the dial in and then start the process on the lathe. All right, we're low right there. Getting closer. There's my low. Let's see, right in here. Tighten this high up. Still saying about the same. Let's see. That's my low here. A little bit. Tighten high up on the other end of that one. Getting close now. I just got to do smaller adjustments on the chuck. Yeah, I'm within about 5 now. Let's see, there's another low. Try this one here. Just a little. Now I'm getting to the point where I'll just start tightening up some highs. I better get a little bit low on that low too yet. Loosen that up just a little. Oh, it's pretty tight right there. Let's try that. All right, within a few thousandths now. Here. I'm going to use some soft jaws later on. Right now I don't need it because this, where I have it clamped in the chuck here is going to be turned down anyway. Getting close here. Okay, this is high here. Now we're really getting her close. Right in here, tighten this a little bit. Oh, there we go, less than a half a thousandths. This is a 0 to 1 half thousandths standard indicator. I've got both my Starrett 0 to 1 half thousandths indicators over at MR Tool Repair. I'll show you the repair job he did. I'll get him back here in the next few days and give a little information about him. He does really nice work for a good price. Okay, we're right there. Let's just make sure all these jaws are tightened up enough. Oh boy, look at that. That's really dead nuts on that one. Just a few tenths. We're going to call that good here now and start our process of doing the lathe work here. Face the end of it off, chamfer it, and then drill and bore it for 3/4 inch, and then take it over to the mill to do the set screws before I do the other end of it. That's good right there, perfect. Couldn't ask for any better. All right, we're going to face this off, chamfer the end, and then I am going to bore that for a 3/4 inch dimension here to hold the annular cutter. Check, see how that looks. Looks like I think I'll just take a little bit more off that. Let's see, I'm at 9th. I'm going to go to 1282 on it. See if I get a really nice finish. Yeah, that's pretty good. All right, now we're going to chamfer that real good with my tool I made. I made this as a double-ended chamfer tool I made out of a see, what was that? 7/8, I think, piece of square stock, and I'm using a square. I can't remember the exact number for that insert. It was meant for aluminum, but it's real sharp, so it does a real nice clean job on chamfering. I'll give her a pretty good chamfer here. Slow that speed down a little bit. 654. I'm going to slow that down a little bit more too. Seems like she's squealing this a little bit here. Let's see. Try that. 494. Huh. This tool might be dull. Let's see how that looks. Yeah, she's chattering a little, probably maybe because I'm out of the ways, but that tool is pretty dull. Let me try something here. Switch ends of this thing. Try to see how the other end is for sharpness without changing inserts. Oh. I can't, my camera's in the way on that. Tell you what I'm going to do, I'm just going to hit that with a file just a little bit. The chamfer usually works pretty good. I'm probably going to have to change these inserts. I don't want to get into it right now. We'll take my lathe file and just hit that a little bit. Yeah, I think I'm going to have to change those inserts. See how that looks. That's pretty good. I'll polish that a little bit when I do this polishing on this end here. That'll work. All right, now we're going to center drill this, and then I got to check my measurement, how deep I'm going to go on that one. All right, the depth of this hole is going to be 950 thousandths. So I'm going to start out and just do about 7/8 with my drill bits. And then I'm going to put a end mill in there. I've got one just under 3/4 and then ream it. All right, there's my 7/8. Now we'll put a 5/8 bit in there. I'm going to drop that down to, let me see, get some of my whale oil, or excuse me, my tap oil here. Drop that down to 351. I like running these bigger bits a little slower. Don't burn them up. Okay, let's get set here. There's that, a touch off there. A little bit of oil. Okay. That bit's cutting really nice. All right, there's my 3/4. And there's 7/8. Okay. I'm going to swap this out to just under a 3/4 inch bit. I'll go check on that. I should have looked for one already. Let's just pause this for a minute. All right, now I've got a 21/32 there. I'm going to run that down into 7/8 down in there, and then we'll try reaming that out, or excuse me, end milling out. Just see my other adapter. All right. Now I've got to do a set over here, so we'll get that set up here in a second, and then we'll go with that. All right, we're going to try this. This is a MT3 to ER40 collet holder, and it doesn't have a tang on it, so I'm just worried. I'm just going to have to feed real slow, and hopefully it doesn't spin loose in the MT3. Just go nice and slow here. This one I measured it out, did a test with it, and it's a little under. It's a little bit undersized, 3/4, so I'll ream it after this. It's working so far, I just can't take a heavy cut with this. I'm afraid you'll spin. Let's slow this down a little bit again. That was 454. Let's try real slow at 256 and give it a little oil here and see how it does. There's 5/8, 3/4, and there's 7/8. I'm going to stop this now. I've got my depth gauge here, and we'll see what kind of depth we have right there. Oh yeah, it's starting to wad up in there on me. I don't know where I'm going here. That's where I want to be, is on this lip. I had that small bit drilled in further. That's where I was measuring to, right there. Well, that's close now, right there, if that's the right lip. We got to go, let me see here. It's 5, about 20 thousandths. We'll just keep checking this a little bit. Back in there and get a little bit more. All right, let's try that. Well, it sure likes squealing there on me. See what we got here. I don't know what's going on here. I can't really judge where that's at. More like 925 there. Oh, that's right. I got to go to 950. I'm not used to reading these. There we go. I got to go quite a bit more. Yeah. I'm only not even 900 thousandths there. So we'll just keep doing this a little at a time. All right, we'll check that one now. I can't tell if I'm pushing off there or not. Just a minute. Get a better hold on this here. Yeah, a little bit more. Let's see. We're at 963, right? Yeah, just a little scratch more. All right, now we'll check her again. I know it's getting close, but we'll see. I don't know. That's pretty close. I don't want to make it oversized too much. I think I'm going to leave it that and check, and then I'll get you back on here in a minute. I'm going to pause this. All right, we're going to ream this with a 3/4 inch reamer now. My end mill is undersized a little bit. Must have been reground, so we'll ream this out with my 3/4 inch reamer I'm holding with that ER40 MT3 adapter here. It won't take much out because that reamer wasn't too much undersized, just a few thousandths. All right, I'm going to check that, and I don't know how far I went in there. See what we got here now. I'll blow it out, be a little noise here. There we go. Now I'm going to check that annular cutter here. Put a rag around it so I don't cut myself. These things are super sharp. There we go. Pretty nice fit. It's a touch loose, but it's not very much. Maybe a thousandth or two. That'll still work. Okay, we're done in the lathe for a little while. We're going to take this out and run a couple set screws in here, and then bring it back to the lathe here. All right, we're set up in the mill now to find the center of this piece. I've got a V-block holding it into the vise, and these are the ends I'm going to do more finishing on, plus that end. But we're going to find the center of this and put our 2 set screws in here. We use some 3/8/16 set screws, and we'll go from there. So let's get started here and get this centered up. Got to bring that over a little bit. I wasn't hitting the vise jaw almost there. All right. And go down just a little bit more. That's better. All right, we'll half that and find the center now. Let's see why. Yeah. All right, we'll bring that over to center now. Getting close. All right, there we go. Lock my Y down. One thing I forgot to do, I've got to measure where I want to put those set screws from the outside edge here. We'll get us a annular cutter over here, and it's in here first. spotting grill. I'll be right back. I gotta go get an annular cutter to check with my measurement there. All right, this is my 2-inch one I just bought. Now we need to figure out how far it goes right in against there where I want to put that set screw in. Let's see, it goes right about there. Let's say right about in here. Maybe just a touch back. All right, let's try that particular spot. Right there. That looks good. Spot that. All right, one thing I forgot to get is my drill bit for 3/8 16. I'll be right back. Gotta figure this one out. 5/16. That's for a 3/8 16 thread. All right, get a little oil here. Out there, here we go. All right, punch this through. I got something wrong here. That drill bit doesn't seem to want to cut. There we go. I'm using an awful lot of force to try to get that through. I'm going to have to check that. All right, now we'll chamfer that out and thread it. That should do it. See if I can get this in here now without lowering the table. I guess I had it right. There we go. We'll switch this over to back gear. Go nice and slow here. Power tap it with a spiral flute tap. Now I'll switch this over. Okay. That should do her. And I'll try my set screw here. Perfect. It'll work just fine. Okay, now we're going to swivel this. I've got a long bolt I'm going to put in there and level it. That way it will be 90 degrees. Just got to loosen this up and turn this over around. Oh, wait a minute. I'll get those in the same place. Just a minute. I forgot something. Pause here. I forgot to get my stop set up in here. Well, as you can see here, I spun it 90 degrees, put my stop in down here on this end so there'd be the same spacing on the holes. I've got a long 3/8 bolt stuck in there and my magnetic level, and we're level right now, so that puts me at 90 degrees to that other one. So we'll punch this in now and get this done with. Better take this stuff out of the way here. This thing out of here. All right, go back to my 5/16 here. All right, now we'll chamfer it and then oil. And here we go. All right, get this out of the way and double check this, see how she fits. I gotta clean those threads just a little bit. Probably have a couple of little chips in there, but it's fine. It'll go in there. Okay, we gotta stop here, clean this mess up, and put this back in the lathe to finish it up. Okay, I finished the filming of the MT3 to annular cutter adapter. I checked all the clips on this video, and it's about 90 minutes or a little bit over, so I'm gonna have to make this into a 3-part so it's not too long boring. We'll finish this up part 1 right away and then work on the other 2 parts as we go along here.